Hi everyone, it's Jack here from Hattons once again. We are at the Great Central Railway today for the big model event in June. I'm joined here very kindly by Sam from SamsTrains fame.
Hello. Hope you're all doing well. SamsTrains here.
How have you been enjoying the show so far?
Oh, it's been great. Yeah, lots and lots to see. I don't think I've seen half of it really at this stage, but yeah, lots of layouts, lots of bargains, and also got some trains running too, which is just a full package.
I mean,
really,
it really is the best of both worlds, isn't
Yeah.
it? I mean, you've got such a beautiful line with such amazing quaint stations.
Yeah.
You've got all these trains running on the line for you to explore at every station,
Yeah.
and this massive tent full of layouts, traders, everything you want to see. So there's a lot to explore.
An awful lot, yes.
So what we're going to do is we're going to have a little run round and we're going to check out our favourites and show them off for you, and yeah, we will report back very soon.
So here we are at the Museum of Transport, and I reckon this is probably one of the most intricate and whimsical layouts I think I've ever seen. In fact, there's very little of it that isn't moving. We've got seagulls flying, we've got trains, we've got trams, there are boats, there are even models of models just here in the station. There's absolutely anything and everything you can think of here. It really is just incredible.
I think you nailed it with the word whimsical.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing in its madness.
Yeah.
There's so much there. I believe this is 28 years old, this layout, and it's just been continually expanded with so much more new stuff to see. Apparently it's been to over 250 different exhibitions, so I'm sure a lot of you have probably seen this out there and about. But there's just, I don't know where to start on what to explain.
It's
about
impossible
this.
to
There's so
start,
much.
really.
There's this museum area with lots of weird and wacky exhibits like suspended monorails, steam monorails, all different sorts of locomotives. There's narrow gauge lines everywhere, trams. There's
It really is a hive
motorised
of
buses.
activity, man. It's crazy.
There's even a model of the Lancaster, and this starts off and completely works, and I believe it's going to be coming on for us any second now. So you're probably going to hear quite a bit of noise from the Lancaster.
So this is not just the flick of a switch and the propeller start. This is a full, realistic start-up sequence.
This incredible aircraft, and it really is something very different. that
Full
you
sound
wouldn't see on
effects.
any other layout.
No. I'm almost expecting this to take off and come towards me at this point.
You might want to stand back.
I think so. I'm in the line of fire here. So there we go. I think possibly one of my favourites. I don't want to say it's my favourite because I've not seen them all yet, but it's got something, hasn't it?
It's definitely up there. If it's one, like you said again, it's whimsical, it's beautiful, it's a little bit mad. What more do you want from a layout?
That's it. It's just my cup of tea, to be honest with you.
That's it. The issue we've got is our stand is a stone's throw from it, so it's pretty hard to not come and have a look at this all day at the show. Really,
Probably extremely distracting, I'd imagine. Really.
definitely. So let's go and have a look and see what else. we've got.
Yeah, let's move on.
Right, so we're at an Engage layout now called James Street. Now this is an absolutely gargantuan thing, isn't it?
It is insane, yeah.
It's another one where no matter where you look, you're going to see something. It's set in the transitional era with British Rail, green diesels, and loads of different steam locos still running around. So there's a huge variety of things to see. Loads of different freight and passenger services running around. Just saw a Midland Pullman pull past a minute ago, didn't we? So there's quite a lot of variation to go here. But the beauty of this, the size of this thing, it's a full oval, and it almost feels like you're looking at a full line, doesn't it, rather than just a section?
That's it. I mean, there must be miles and miles of track on this layout, and obviously that's the only sort of thing you can get out of Engage, isn't it? There's no other gauge that allows you to do this, and you just get such a sense of the scale from this thing. Absolutely huge. Level of detail is astonishing. You've got countryside, you've got built-up areas, you've got a bit of everything on this. It's quite something, isn't it?
I'd love to know how many scale miles of track work there is on here. There's so much going on.
I mean, at any given moment, there's several trains to see.
Yeah.
Lots of movement.
Definitely a layout you can't really get bored watching.
No, certainly not. In fact, it's a bit distracting while we're trying to film, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't stop looking.
Should look at the camera, really. Very nice.
Very nice indeed.
So it wouldn't be right if we did this video and completely ignored the O-gauge layout, so here's just a really fantastic example of one. So, you know, there's nothing flashy about this, there's no aeroplanes shooting up towards you with this one. It's just a really beautifully detailed layout, some gorgeous engines to see. Just everything about it is very, very nicely detailed, and there's a lot of attention to detail as well. I've seen the level crossings working. Everything about it is just beautifully presented, and it's just a great one to see, I think.
It's a wonderful one, really, isn't it? It's called A-Storm. It's by the Lincoln and District Model Railway Club, and it's depicting a really interesting Midland scene in the sort of early British Rail era. And there's so much to see on it, isn't it? There's like you say, it's not super flashy, but it's just a really pretty layout.
Yeah,
You've got these fantastic coal drops, which I'm told are based on the ones at the Beamish Museum.
Oh yeah.
And another interesting fact is that it's basically all made out of cereal boxes and other bits of cardboard and Amazon packages, probably, I imagine.
But you wouldn't know it, that's for sure.
It's so convincing that you'd never know that it was made from cardboard.
No, it's right. You could probably pull up a chair and sit and watch this for a good long while.
I could sit here for all day and I'd never get bored, really. It's another really nice thing to come and have a browse on.
Very much so. Very impressed.
Okay, so we're here at 45C Westlands. This is a gigantic layout set in the 50s and the 60s. What do you think of it?
Well, it's first of all, obviously, it's absolutely huge. You can barely see the other end of it. It's so far away.
Yeah, it just tucks away into the distance, doesn't it? It's going off into the horizon, pretty much, isn't it?
I suppose the most interesting, part of it is the fact that this is going to be its last ever showing. This is its last exhibition.
It is. So we hear, yeah. So it's the last time it'll ever be seen at an exhibition. Unfortunately.
Quite lucky to see it.
Another fascinating point to make about 45C Westlands, which we've just found out from the creator, is that it actually depicts his life throughout various stages. So moving along through his military career and showing off quite a few different points during that. It's really an interesting dimension to add into a layout, which you don't often see, is that personal connection. This layout also has a very special link to Hattons as well. Last year, the creator came to our special Model U open day and had himself 3D scanned in a load of different poses, depicting various military training exercises. We even enlisted one of our slightly lighter members of staff to be held above his head as though he was carrying a wounded soldier. So you can see quite a few of those across the layouts, and it just adds that something that you don't really see very often. And it's very interesting that a lot of the figures on the layout depict the creator himself. Right, so last but not least, we are looking at a bit of a 00 modern image layout here. This is called Emsworth, and it's set in pretty modern area. We've got EWS stuff on there and a bit of northern. One thing that is fascinating, which we've just found out about this layout, is that they've essentially managed to combine a layout and a strategy card game. So it's a bit of a puzzle to operate, which I understand. So essentially there's a system of cards that says what action you sort of need to take next, getting locos on and off shed, and what's coming on there. Being passed right now to demonstrate. So we've got
a deck of cards here.
Local on shed for fuel, shunker wagon yards, loco shoulders. Next off shed requires an inspection. So you never really know what's going to happen next to this one. Thank you very much.
No.
What do you think about that?
Well, it's very interesting, that, isn't it? So it is a layout, and it's a fantastic looking layout, but yeah, the exciting part really about it is the way that it's run and the way that it works. So you could take this to 100 shows and never have the same experience twice.
That's it, you never really know what's going to happen next. But
it's fantastic, very clever. And quite a marketable idea, I reckon.
Absolutely.
Think you might see layout building board games out there in the future?
I hope so, yeah. I love good board games.
Yeah.
It'd be definitely something interesting. And it seems like I'd be a bit terrified to operate something like this, because
I wouldn't be good.
I'm rubbish at puzzles and all that sort of stuff, so it'd be an absolute nightmare for me. But
an excellent challenge nonetheless.
Yep, something just a little bit different to finish on there. Okay, so we're back on stand after having a good explore around the show. We've seen some fantastic layouts, haven't we? There's been so many to see.
There's been so much to see. I mean, we could make 3 or 4 of these videos and still not cover it all. It's just incredible, the amount of stuff here, isn't it, really?
Oh yeah, it's ones we've noticed are just ones that we particularly took a fancy to, wasn't it? But there's so many quality pieces of work here. So what I think we're going to do is, if you stick around to the end of the video, we're going to have some honourable mentions and just a good selection of footage of all the other layouts at the show, so you get a good feel for everything else that was here, aside from mine and Sam's top 5 that we picked for you today.
I tell you what, it's an awful lot of walking just to cover this exhibition once, to be honest.
This tent is absolutely huge. It's
massive.
insane.
Well, hopefully you enjoyed that. Obviously, it's really difficult to get a little bit of everything in because there's just so much to see, but hopefully you're able to experience at least a little part of it with us there.
Yeah, obviously there was our top 5 there at the start with some of our absolute favourites that we saw,
Yep.
and then there's a little bit of a roundup to just get a bit of a flavour of everything else that was going on. But yeah, we hope you enjoyed the video.
Yep.
Thank you very much to Sam for being here
Oh
and
no,
helping us out with
thanks
this
for having
one.
me. I enjoyed it.
And make sure to hit like, hit subscribe, and keep an eye out for more videos coming in the future. Thanks very much.
Cheers. Take care.